Hi, I'm Lacie. I'm the owner of Framed Florals, and I make a living by pressing flowers. I run Framed Florals, which is a preservation studio based in Brooklyn, and I press and preserve flowers and frame them. Today, I'm going to talk to you about pressing flowers and the process behind what I do in my small business. Basically, what I do is I take fresh flowers, whether that be from a wedding, an engagement, a baby shower, or from the flower market, or from somebody's backyard, and I press them and turn it into art. Framed Florals was born about 4 years ago after my own wedding. After I got married, my own wedding flowers became so important to me. I couldn't imagine them all being thrown in the trash. I saw them all on the porch of my wedding venue, and I was heartbroken over the idea of leaving them all there. So I dreamed up my ideal flower preservation. I envisioned a floating frame, leaves and flowers suspended between glass, organic colors, something minimal but beautiful. After researching, Googling, trying to find something like what I had envisioned in my head, and realizing it didn't exist, I pressed my wedding flowers between the pages of my heaviest books at home and framed them in a float frame. And from that, Framed Florals was born. I taught myself the art of flower preservation through pressing, how to start a creative business, and I've been so lucky to preserve so many flowers. Here's a little bit about what I've learned over the last 4 years of pressing flowers. Preservation through pressing works by flattening fresh flowers out and extracting all their water and moisture content, leaving you with pressed, flattened, dried, forever flowers. The process is pretty much the same for every project that I do. The flowers are fresh and they go into the flower press, but some flowers need extra care, some flowers need extra time. There are a lot of differences between the flowers, and sometimes you need to do different things. Flowers that have higher water content like snapdragons, white roses, white lisianthus, anthurium, chrysanthemums tend not to press well and will mold and brown pretty quickly in the flower press. Ruscus tends to fade pretty quickly and turns from green to brown often as well. Asparagus ferns and wax flowers aren't great for pressing either, since their leaves tend to fall off easily. Flowers with little water content like baby's breath, butterfly ranunculus, dusty miller, delphinium, eucalyptus, astrantia, sweet peas, caspia, yarrow, ferns, rice flower, all press beautifully and consistently because they hold less water. Bulkier flowers like Queen Anne's lace, ranunculus, spray roses, blushing bride protea, carnations, thistle, press best once the middle of the flower is removed. I remove the bulkier petals from the middle and then press them. And some bulkier flowers press best as individual petals or flowers. Hydrangea flowers press beautifully but need to be taken apart. Roses as well. Their petals press so nicely when plucked from the stem. The flower press works by bolting 2 pieces of plywood together. In between the 2 pieces of wood are cardboard, paper, flowers, paper, and cardboard in that order. White construction paper, craft paper, or unprinted newspaper works best when pressing, since it can hold the moisture from the flowers. Some common misconceptions out there tell you to use parchment paper, which isn't great for all flowers, as it's going to make your flowers mold way quicker and the moisture has nowhere to go. Don't use paper towels either, as the little bumps in the paper towels will leave the impressions on your flowers as well. The fresher the flowers, the better your results will be. Pressing already dried flowers will likely result in brittle petals breaking and crumpling. Fresh is best. Flowers like ranunculus or lisianthus will need at least a month to fully, properly dry. Once your flowers and greens are completely pressed, they should feel papery and have no moisture left in them. If they feel a little cold to the touch or damp, they need more time. Try to handle your pressed flowers with a tweezer, since it makes it way easier to pick them up and arrange them. When arranging and designing, I love to set all the flowers out and pick the best looking stems for framing. I love a mixture of texture, color, and size. Picking flowers that give a nice contrast, flow, and tell a bit of a story as to the season is my favorite part about arranging pressed flowers. The mixture of all the elements gives the frames a feeling like they were just pulled straight from nature. I love working with flowers as my medium of choice because, unlike other mediums, they're organic, every single one is different, you're never going to see the same 2 flowers, and because of that, it makes every piece, even if it's the same type of flowers, completely unique and special. Before I started Framed Florals, I was a preschool teacher. It was a typical 9 to 5. I had a salary, I had health insurance, all of it. And I just knew that there was something else that I wanted to do. It kept nagging at me. I just felt like there was a creative passion that I had to follow. And I saved up for a while. I got a bunch of side jobs. I really funded my dream for a full year before I went full-time with it, and I have no regrets. I think it was the best thing I've ever done. If you've ever thought about starting a small business, if there's something that you think would make a great small business, something that is a hobby of yours that you want to transform, I would say go for it. This is your sign. I did it, and I feel like if you have the passion and you really want to do it, you can. So if you're in that position, no, you're not alone. There's a whole community of people out there who have started similarly to me. I found them and they've become some of my closest friends, part of my whole small business community. And if you're thinking about doing it, reach out to people, put the idea out there, speak it, and it'll happen. The past 4 years of running Framed Florals have been amazing. There have been a lot of ups and downs, and I've learned a lot about myself and about running a business, and I can't wait to see what flowers I have the honor of preserving next.